Hi guys, so today we're going to be looking at the Beetles nail tips and glue set. I've seen a lot of people talk about this brand, and so I wanted to give it a try for myself. I've especially seen a lot of things about this nail tips and glue set, which is apparently like a inexpensive full cover gel tip system. I don't think these are gel tips, I think they're plastic, but you get the gist. You can get this on Amazon and it's pretty affordable at like $25, so I'm really excited to give it a try. I did also just grab the base, top, and cuticle oil from them. I know that this acts as a base and as the tip adhesive, but I just figured why not. Okay, let's open this up. It's been a while since I've got a kit on Amazon to try, and I don't believe I've tried Beetles before. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is my first purchase from them. First we have the nail tips. I just got the long coffin. I think that was the only option, to be honest. Pretty standard long coffin shape. Every brand has these. And then also the little LED lamp and the nail glue. The little lamp, sort of like, I think like Kira Sky, E-Nail Couture, all kinds of brands have this kind of little lamp now. I will plug this in to make sure that it works. However, I finally purchased myself one of these. It is a clip-on lamp. So you turn it on and you can move it and cure your stuff and sort of just like have it sitting there while you do it. Look at how convenient that's gonna be. I was looking for one of these for a little bit, but I couldn't quite find what they were called. So I will of course link this as I do everything, but I am super excited and I'm gonna use this today. And then we just basically have the base and nail glue. I think we all know how to put this on, but we'll just take a little look-sees. Buff, cleanse, and that's it. It doesn't say you have to use any dehydrator or primer, but just for good measure, I'm going to. So let's get started. So I have my nails here. I don't know why I say that as if I could like misplace them, but here they are. I'm going to put this system on all 10 of my nails, but I'm only going to decorate 5 today because I have a super special design that I'm gonna do today. You guys are gonna be so proud. Nonetheless, I'm going to start by wiping with alcohol, get any cuticle oil or, you know, regular dirt off. I'm going to use this little like block buffer file to prep my nails, but you can definitely just use a file. Making sure to really get around the cuticle as that's where lifting will usually start. And then I have got to just clip a little bit of dead skin away from my cuticle. I've had nails off for far too long. My nail that was sort of lifted is looking so much better. Been able to grow out, thankfully. To cleanse my nail plate, I'm gonna use Swipe. I do really like this stuff. I just always forget that I have it. I need to put it in a little bottle to keep on my desk. For primer, I'm just going to use this one. I am actually almost all the way through this one, which I actually love. Does anyone else get a great feeling from actually using something up entirely? Literally, like no matter what it is, it's just like the best satisfactory feeling. Let's get these tips out. I usually know my sizes and these seem pretty on board with what I feel like I normally am. Feeling these are most definitely plastic tips, not gel. I don't think they claim to be gel. I did also just get a glance at the side of this box and it does say that it does have HEMA in it. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but if you have an allergy to nail products, it's probably that. This does show that it has it, which I actually really appreciate. The whole ingredient list is very clearly there. If you know you have an allergy to that, then you know, at least you know. Good fit, sidewall to sidewall. And then this size usually works for this nail and this nail. I personally have some rounder cuticles, so I am just going to customize these to myself just a little bit. Usually it's just doing these little edges a little bit, and it just makes that fit a little bit more comfortable. Before I forget, we will do our primer. This will definitely just give the nails the absolute best chance. But if you are just starting out and you're not even sure you're gonna wanna continue to do your own nails, you don't need it. Okay, I have my little handy light here, so let's do this. So the instructions say to just put the gel on the tip and put it on your nail, no base coat or anything like I normally do, so we'll do that. Now I'm just going to paint where my nail will go and then put some extra at the end. That should be enough. It might actually be a little too much. Now I'm gonna have my little handy light, which I am super excited about. I'm going to tilt down, push down, and then set it to cure like this. I was worried originally that this light wouldn't be strong enough, but surely it's as strong as the lights that come in these little kits with just like a little, you know, like little 5-watt lamp. I don't know what watt this is. I'd have to check. Okay, it's 3-watt, but seems to have worked. On there, very strong. This stuff is pretty thick, which is good. If you're unsure about how much, I would say go with less before you go with more. A lot easier to fix less than more, in my opinion. Need a little bit more, that's fine. I feel like it also cures very quick. I did end up with a little bit of an air bubble due to my own not putting enough. That's fine, I will just seal that up when we're done. Just put a little bit underneath, but we'll move on. This is definitely fairly easy. I do like this method of just putting it all on underneath the tip opposed to a base coat and then the extra on the tip. I feel like it probably fits a little bit better that way. I feel like I'm doing this very, very quickly. I don't know if it's not having to do a brush on base coat on my natural nail or if it's not having to click a lamp on and off, but whatever it is, it's going by quick today. Also definitely nice not having to etch the inside of these, although I feel like a lot of tips come etched nowadays. And voila, nothing like that classic coffin shape. Let's pop on the other hand. I think just because I'm curious, I'm going to time how long this side takes me. I'm obviously not going to talk or anything like that because when you film something, it makes it take way longer. So I'm just going to sort of start click and just go. Okay, wow, that was so quick. These could probably use a little bit more of a cure, but they are all on solid. I think I wanted to time it because I saw on there they said like 3 minutes, and it definitely was 3 minutes with this little lamp at least. Very impressed with that. I feel like also this gel does cure super quick. Very, very quick. It's also pretty thick, and I really didn't have any little squeezage or anything. So I got like 3-minute nails. I feel like you could probably do these in about 10 minutes if you were like, you know, getting a move on it. With this one right here, I'm just going to put a little bit of gel and just seal that little area off. If you have like a small little air bubble like this, you're fine. That really shouldn't affect how long the nails last very much. If it's a big one, definitely, but if you seal it off, you're probably good. These tips have little ridges at the end, so I'm just going to file all of those smooth, all sharp. Let's get on to the design. So as you guys know, I'm pretty unorganized. I, in the past year or so, have learned I have ADHD, and now that I know that, I'm really trying to work with it opposed to against it. So a goal of mine is to try to plan out my designs a little bit beforehand, and I think that's going to help me do better designs and also not feel so flustered, chaotic. I think it'll overall just make better videos, better designs, better nails, less stress, you know. So last night I thought about what design I wanted to do for these nails, and I drew it out kind of like I draw my nails. I hope to start doing this for almost every single nail set so that we can get some like good nail art, some good concepts going on, and not just random chaotic indecisiveness of what I'm doing on them. I'm not really good at on the spot things. So I came up with this set, and it is a Sakura Cherry Blossom Kuromi set. You guys have been wanting me to do some Sanrio nails for a long, long time, and I want to do some too. I feel like, you know, we're going into cherry blossom season soon, or are we already in it? I don't know. And if you don't know, I am obsessed with Kuromi. So this is what I will be following today, and I hope that doing this also helps me with being able to execute it a little bit better on my actual nail. When I draw stuff out like that, I do go in and outline just basic shapes and stuff like that, because this makes sense to me. You know, starting out with this shape and outline looks a lot less complicated than just the design with no plan. So zooming in really quick, this is my plan for the pinky. My ring finger, this is Kuromi's little sidekick, Baku, just flying. Kuromi, but with little cherry blossoms and in pink, just skulls and cherry blossoms. And on the thumb, just some cherry blossoms. So I hope that this set is gonna come out good. I obviously have a palette down here that I again made for myself, so I can just make all of these colors right off the bat. So let's do these colors because we're gonna have to mix these all probably. I have a fairly large palette ready, aka a sample tile. I'm going to make all of my colors now, and it might look like a lot of gel, but I've found that I go through a lot more than I think when I'm doing designs, just because you do it, you wipe it off, you know, go back and forth, whatever. I would rather make more than I need opposed to less and then have to try to color match the exact same custom shade again. So let's just mix it all up.
You shut up for once, relax that eager tongue, and let me tell you something about myself. I'm not the clueless one, I'm neither weak nor dumb, so I don't buy this version of you have. No, you can swim in shallow waters, but it's gonna get you nowhere, and I'm way too good to waste my time.
I have the same base color for all of the nails, so that's what I'm gonna do right off the bat. I did not buff these because I want them to be as smooth as possible, and I'm hoping that not buffing them, you know, will help with that. We'll see though. Hopefully none of the gel lifts. I'm gonna just try to make sure to wrap all of the edges really well. Gonna try to make sure that it all looks nice and crisp, so gonna clean the edges of this. There we go. To clean up, I'm using a mix of alcohol and swipe. And if my brush gets too clogged up with gel, just because alcohol by itself does not really break down gel, then I use a little bit of acetone to clean it. I do have, if I can reach it, my big lamp out, and I'm gonna cure all of this. But I will be using that little itty bitty mini lamp to cure while I'm doing the details, because I feel like that's so much quicker than trying to reach my hand in and out of this every single time. I think I'm going to need a second coat just to be safe. Everything is going to get a matte top coat. That way we can easily draw on top of it and wipe away any mistakes. Y'all know the drill. And here we are, all matte and ready to go. I'm excited, but nervous. I say we start on the thumb. Since we're gonna have to do a bunch of those little flowers, might as well do the big ones first and sort of get a hang on it. All right, I'm just gonna kind of start. These are most definitely not gonna be like super accurate. It's meant to be like a drawing type flower, not like an accurate, realistic flower of a cherry blossom, you know? And I'm hoping that like my method that I'm thinking of for this will work, but I really won't know until I add all the other layers, because I'm trying to do them almost like a little abstract, if that makes sense. I'm not really trying to focus on each line being absolutely perfect. This first nail is kind of like a test pilot for it, because I'm not curing it in case it doesn't look good and I need to change my method. So it's gonna be a little blurry, I guess, until I can evaluate if it's gonna work or not. Okay, you know what? I think it's gonna work. Obviously not gonna cure this one, but you could kind of see, not right here, but I feel like you can kind of see cherry blossom in that. You get what I'm doing? Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off and then I'm gonna start fresh. Okay, let's do this. We can do it. Okay, I think this one's gonna end up a little bit bigger than I originally had intended, but that's fine. We'll roll with it. Okay, I have that. This is where I'm going to be curing a bunch, just, you know, every so often. I'm going to really try to not cure any of my brushes or my palette though. So I'm gonna keep it like back here. You guys won't be able to see it, but you get it. It really is so convenient to have that there. I think doing ones a bit smaller will be easier because it won't need to be as detailed, but the bigger they are, you know, the more obviously it has to be a little bit clearer. Okay, I've sort of rounded off some of this. I don't know, I'm just gonna cure it. All right, so I cured all that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of pink back here, you know, a little feathered out before I go in with my white. And then I'm gonna go in with just some white that gonna be a little more clear. Here's going to be a little bit kind of like the moment of truth because I feel like the outline of the petals is what should really bring this all together. Okay, I feel like this is not looking how it's supposed to look, so I'll be back in a second. Okay, it is embarrassing how long I just spent on this one flower, but I think I got something figured out. Cherry blossoms are substantially harder to draw than I thought, but I think I found a way that's going to be a lot quicker since I have to do so many. And I feel like it does look like one, it's just really soft, which is fine. So I took a brush and I sort of cut it so it was a little bit like spikier and it has some like edges. And then now I'm basically just going to use that to make leaves. I feel like this is gonna end up being a little bit more like watercolor type flowers. That's fine. I feel like they'll still look cute. And watercolor, I feel like looks a lot more forgiving. So I got a little base here, cure. I'm gonna sort of do a second layer to deepen the color. And then the white now, definitely getting a little tricky for how small. Might go and look for another brush in a minute, but this will do for the moment. And I'm really just trying to feather it out, and then I'm just like flash curing in between. All right, see, that looks okay. Then I'm gonna just take another brush with a little bit more white, just so the white is a little bit more pronounced, a little bit more contrast, but once again, still feathering it. Then just a couple little teeny tiny little dots. Then using one of the other little bit darker pinks, I'm just gonna do a little bit of dotting in the center. And then now I'm just going to do a very faint outline. And here it is. You know, they're not perfect, but I feel like you can tell what they're supposed to be. I think that when it's this up close, it actually doesn't look as good because from afar, I can see it a lot clearer. I just think this lens shows every little crevice. Whenever I look at my viewfinder, I can see more detail than I can see with my actual eye. So I promise this will look better at the end, but I'm just going to pop on a couple more little small ones now. Okay, so I have all of my little flowers. I actually like how it looks from afar, much better. I want to do some little sparkles, you know, nothing crazy, but just a couple little sparkles here and there. I think that'll be cute, you know, and add a little bit of it like a gap filler. There we go. Now I have some like almost hollow silvery type of gel out. I don't know if I'm gonna put that over the sparkle, so I'm gonna cure this and then we'll test that out. Okay, let's see if the glitter looks good over it. Okay, there it is with all the sparkle. I actually think I'm going to keep the sparkle. I feel like it might almost look a little out of place, but remember, we're going to be adding a good amount of gray through the rest of the design, so I think the little bit of gray here will be fine. I am going to top coat this so that it's safe. And I don't know if I'm going to finish this design tonight. It was embarrassingly long how long it took me to do that one flower. I figure why not? Let's use the Beatles Top Coat. Definitely want to do shiny for this. I feel like almost anytime I do nail art, I end up wanting to do it matte, but I want to do shiny today. Oh, that looks actually pretty good. All right, we'll move on to a funner nail. Let's just tackle the Kuromi. Okay, so for Kuromi's head, I feel like I have to do this backwards so that it makes sense to you guys. I think I'm just going to start with like an oval. Blocking out the shapes is the best way I know how to start doing like a character or something like that. This white that I'm doing, I'm not trying to have it be perfect because most of this is going to end up being covered by her hat and the, I don't know what that's called, like the little jester collar. But I am trying to do it a little bit thicker in the center so that I don't have to really do a second coat. And her face is white. Okay, now I'm going to try to do the little hood, trying to mark the center about there. I'm trying to figure out how far down I want it. There we go. Want that a little sharper. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna have as much room for the ears as I was hoping I would. I don't know. I'm torn because I feel like the point is kind of good. These are a little off, kinda. Okay, I could probably stand to shorten the top a bit, and we can get back some room for some ears. Okay, I might have to cure that. Okay, not too bad so far. I need to finish the end of the cowl, but that's really gonna kind of be the moment of truth of whether this is gonna look like okay or funky, because I feel like the proportions look okay, but they could be off very easily. I am not good with cartoons, never been good with cartoons. Actually, you know what? I've never been good at drawing, so I think the face is a little thinner. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now, let's just do the ears. I'm trying to just like block everything out for color and then add all the details later. I'm trying to do the ears as even as I could possibly get them. Obviously the ears aren't gonna show very much. It's a shame, but it is what it is. Kind of looks like a bug. Not too bad. I think I'm just going to also just outline the adjuster collar really quickly. Here is all of that pink blocked out. I am really happy with it so far. I know the face is probably gonna be the hardest part, so I'm gonna cure this, do a little cut touch-ups anywhere where the pink isn't super solid, and we will be back to do the face. I feel like it's a little uneven now because of just the different layers, so I'm gonna opt for another matte top coat, which should level everything out, make it look nice and ready for the face and all the other little details. Eye time. I got a dotting tool that I'm gonna try out first. So a tip that one of you gave me, because I can never seem to get eyes right, was that I was doing them too close together and that like cartoon eyes are usually farther apart. So that is something that I definitely am keeping in mind nowadays whenever I do eyes. Are these too big? They are too big. Maybe we'll just do one dot to start. That looks like an okay place. Maybe for the other. Okay. I try to, I think, just start with the like little angry Chromie. Kind of looks like an owl. You know what it looks like? Oh my god. Celeste in Animal Crossing, doesn't it? I feel like it's also throwing me off a little bit since I'm doing this in gray. So it's gonna look a little softer than it would no matter what, you know? Oh my gosh, you know what? I think these actually almost look good. I feel like they're just a tiny bit off, but I'm actually gonna cure them because I feel like they're in a good enough place that I can add to it a little bit and make it a little better. I actually think they need to be a little bit bigger and a little bit sharper. I think it's gonna look a little off-brand. That's okay. Since this is my first time doing Chromie, I think it's not too bad. Let's add the little nose. Oops, there we go. And now the smile. Smallest smile ever. Nope. Not quite. Okay, you know what? I don't think I'm spending my time very well going over this mouth over and over and over, so we're gonna move on to doing some of the other stuff and we will come back. I think that's going to be a much better use of my time doing it that way. Let's do the skull. That was way too much gel. I'm not gonna lie, before you actually put the face on, Chromie's skull always looks like a mushroom to me. So I made a little bit of progress off camera because my eyes were strained, my back was hurting. So here we are, it is the next day. There was no way I was gonna finish this set in one day. I feel like if you do your nails, you can relate. Most of the time, I feel like we don't finish them in one day. But we have this. I have a couple things to do now. I'm going to add our little stars. And I'm telling you, these flowers are gonna look so much better when we do a top coat. I feel like you can just see all the texture, but once we put a nice, thick, shiny top coat on, it starts to look more watercolor-esque and less, I don't know, chunky textured. I'm gonna try something really quick. So I have a magnifying glass, actually. It's this like whole thing. And I'm gonna try and see if this helps me at all. Oh my gosh, I think this is gonna help. I wonder if there's a little light too. Woo! Does that help? Actually, you know what? It might a little bit. See if this helps at all. I got this at, I think it was Joann's. They were doing a nice little sale for like 40% off this, so I was like, you know, why not? A little bit of glitter. I'm going to do a little bit of an outline for everything so it's a little bit more defined and you can sort of tell a little bit more what's going on. So David comes to check on me, just, you know, every little while when I'm doing my nails, and it was the best compliment. So he'd come to check on me while I was trying to figure out the first cherry blossom, and I was still struggling with that. And then he came back like, I don't know, maybe like 40 minutes later, and I showed him my thumb, the cherry blossoms, and he said, "Oh, did you give up and just put on some stickers?" And we know I didn't. I drew that. So I was very proud of myself for that. Like, he thought it was a sticker. I love that. I will touch all this up. You know what? I don't think this magnifying thing is working. I think I can actually just get my face closer, then that'll let me, with you guys still being able to see. I was looking at this and I was like, why doesn't it look quite right? It's because I haven't done the ear differentiation from the head. That's what's throwing me off, I think. That's better. I'm super excited to top coat this. I hope it looks good. Moving on, I'm just going to tackle these more simple nails with the skulls and flowers. So I would like to point out that I do know that, like, traditionally the skull is supposed to be more of like cut out and not like different colors. Like on her hood, it's normally the color behind it, but I wanted Kuromi's and the skull's eyes to match, you know, just make sure I spread some of the gray throughout the design. And obviously it's a little bit more of like my take on it, so I do know, but it was a choice to do it like that. So now we have some flowers to do. Just do a couple like little kind of wish I would have gotten a little bit of a smaller brush to do this with. I do have more brushes, but not any ones that I want to cut up right now. I think they have brushes meant to do flowers. I need to get me some of those. I feel like when I buy nail supplies, I skip all of the basic stuff you normally get and just go into like weird fun stuff that I definitely probably don't even need, but also need at the same time. I don't know why these flowers are coming out, I feel like, so much better than the others. I don't know, maybe I just needed a break from when I was doing it yesterday. I like these. So much clearer looking than the ones on Kuromi. That's okay. So I absolutely love this light. It's doing a great job at curing. I haven't had any wrinkling or anything like that. I'm not using it to cure a top coat or anything like that, but it's been doing so good at flash curing. If you're doing a little design and you want to, you know, cure a line that you put down, you can just swing it under there really quickly and boom, I haven't had any issues with accidentally curing any of my gel palette or brushes either. This particular one though does get very warm. It is like, I would be scared to leave it on all night, so do be careful of that. Outline time. Last but not least, the little sparkles. Top coat time. Let's just speed through this next nail as that's pretty much a lot of the same. This is the last nail, and I think it's gonna be pretty difficult. It's like such a tiny little drawing. We'll see. I can only blame myself. So I'm just gonna start out by just sort of trying to block out the entire area. All right, got the flying egg shape worked out. I am simply hoping that this gray will be dark enough to cover the pink. I really don't want to have to do like a white and then the gray. For a lot of this, I've been using these brushes that I just got off of Amazon, I think, and I'm actually really surprised by them. They've been working really, really well. This is as good as it's gonna get for him. This is too small for me to see. That's it. Now we're almost done though. I have to just do some clouds, some flowers, some sparkles, and I think I forgot to put the sparkles on this one, so I have to go back and do that. I'm gonna just do like flower here, and we'll do one down here. Last but not least, the clouds, which I'm gonna use just this same little brush that I chopped up earlier, which is ending up being very useful actually. going back and just putting sparkles on this one. Then I will just re-top coat it. Now, final top coat. I am very excited. This is definitely one of my favorite sets that I have designed and done in a while. I also love this top coat, I've decided. I feel like it's like the perfect consistency to get everywhere, but it's thick enough that it covers ridges and it is so shiny. It also levels out very well also, just on its own. I feel like I should address this side a little bit. Look at how crusty these got after just like a night. I'm gonna try to wipe these off and see if there's anything we can do about them. I was planning on doing something entirely different, but I have a little girls' day planned and I don't want to go out with this on one hand and this on another. I feel like whenever I'm out, a lot of people always want to see my nails, and can you imagine being like, yeah, look at this. Okay. So I think I'll just use whatever leftover gel and do a couple really quick, simple designs on this hand. Just some swipe on this side and then underneath. Not gonna lie, I think a lot of this underneath is like hand lotion. Better? No? Okay.
To take me away, if you hear what I'm saying, you know to what place. Boy, can you prove there's much more to you? I beg you do. Hey baby, if you wanna get to know me, all you gotta do is take me to your heart, yeah. Hey baby, if you want me to be with you, all you gotta do is take me to your heart, yeah. Come on, give me something real, doesn't have to be ideal, just a part of you.
Alright, this hand looks so much better now that I kind of have it matching. I did also grab the cuticle oil. It was in the little bundle of the base and top coat. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do let me know how you like this set. And if you have this kit, what do you think of it? Also, I had one more question because I had a thought. I don't know if anyone would even want this, but if you want me to post my drawing designs that I'm gonna do in videos, if I have them planned out, do you guys want me to like put them on my stories, make like a highlight on Instagram or something like that? Let me know if you guys want me to like post those so you guys can also, I don't know, like match these nails with me. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!
Who do you think you are? You say you wanna talk.
Okay, so bad news, this just popped off. I just finished these literally today. Like the gel is still on my nail, but it's not on the tip. Sad. I mean, I'm glad it came off in one piece, but I need to glue it back on like a little so it stays, but what a shame. This one might lift, I can feel it.